But here in Cuba, we're actually, our start wasn't that great.
No, it was a little rocky. It turned out a flight had changed a long time ago, and we didn't notice that. We knew that the time had changed, but we didn't know that they had changed the date as well. So that's something to look for. So we had no place to sleep for that night. We can't just go to a hotel and get a room. We have to have a credit card and not be American to get a room. And we have American-based credit cards, and we are obviously American. So we didn't have a lot of luck finding,
So we decided to actually start over. The funny thing was, literally, when we walked out of our first place we stayed at, get a airplane and get the hell out of Cuba and start over. Just go back to Mexico for a couple days, and fly back to the U.S. And finally, they wouldn't let us change flights, and we couldn't buy another flight because we don't have a visa that's not from the United States. So we met some people from Holland in the airport, and yes, and they told us, well, they stayed last night, and he said that was amazing. You will meet him anyway. So we started to start over and go to his place. He would let us in, and he did. Then he gave us some directions where to go. Why he got his place fixed up for a week and stay. So we just decided to just take a breath. To take a breath, we slept on the floor at the airport, and that was really crappy. My hips hurt, my butt hurts.
This country hasn't seen carpet. I'm fairly certain.
I said vacuum cleaner to somebody, and they're like, "What?"
And then there's really good English. That's not a thing.
Yeah, and like I said, some people are good at English, but anytime somebody speaks good English, they want to get something from you, either money or sell you something or something.
The more helpful they are without you asking, and the more fluent they are, when they hunt you down to help you, usually there's no problem.
Right on the money. Right.
So beware of foreign English speakers wanting to assist you and hear all about where you're from, especially here, where you're from. Oh my gosh.
That is the standard line. That's what they say over and over again. How many times do you say where I'm from? Finally, you're just like, I'm from Cuba. I'm from Earth.
Them that, and they say I'm lying.
Anyway, so
true.
Anyway, so we decided to. This is the main square.
It goes from the port of Havana basically to the Capitol building.
And so it's just a nice little stretch. It's straight. You see some old town, plus some of the new stuff put together. But they had nothing for us at the airport. No food. It had some not so flavorful orange soda pop, whatever it was. Not quite sure.
That was the only thing we could buy with the orange soda was the only thing we could get without one of their credit cards. Everything else was credit cards.
Right. You can literally buy nothing without a credit card. That way the government can keep track of who's there and what's been spending and who's spending what. Anyway, so we went in town, decided to get a couple of cervezas. I had this one here. Kind of like malt liquor. Not really, but
Flint.
And then we got a couple of these materials. Well, if you like art, it is right here on this market. It is amazing. I have to say, you see some of the best art you've ever seen in your life. You see so many beautiful paintings along the way. And some wonderful hats. And it's like he's a hat maker. He makes his own hats. And people actually practicing art here, which is kind of cool. Art hat maker. And he makes these hats. And let's see what they cost. Quanto cuesta? That is very beautiful.
I like that one.
That one.
What do you think? Okay, so, and over here is a puzzle. This is the puzzle I did right before we left. These buildings right here, so it must be somewhat famous.
It's very cool. It reminds me of the Painted Ladies in San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty neat. Check it out. Start here, but this is something wonderful. Oh, the cool breeze is so nice right now. And seeing some of this great art made right here in Cuba.
It's beautiful, the art. That's one thing to be said for communism is, you know, people get a lot more time for doing art.
Yes, very much so. So she did buy a couple hats, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the art, we're having a dispute over which one, because
the funny thing is we're running out of space on our wall with some of our really cool artwork.
we should just buy a bigger house. That'll be fun.
Look at those more cool cars. Look at those old school convertibles. Look at those old school convertibles. The thing about Cuba we haven't talked about yet was Cuba is like going back in time. There's no Starbucks, no McDonald's, no Burger King. You don't see any of that anywhere.
No, and part of me misses it actually, but part of me does not. You know, there's a little part that's like, oh, that would be so easy and convenient right now. And I would love a good French fry. Honest to God, I could use a French fry.
Right.
True.
Anyway, we are heading for a drink right now, and we did have a drink earlier, just on the street, but now we're gonna actually go to a restaurant, sit down. And
I was wanting a margarita, but I got a daiquiri. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is, but I don't care. I'll take either one.
That's right. Hello. It's kind of cool little alley. You see, the road is cobblestone, and which is kind of neat. If you look at the road, look at that. We're in this alley. All their money here is not their president. They're heroes who saved their country back in the 1800s, 1700s, and the last one in their $1,000 bill. Yeah, we got these old 45s here on the table, and her drink and our plates, and the old bras and panties. Look at that. Look at those bumblebee underwear right there. Bumblebee underwear. There's some old Tommy Hilfigers right there, and some other ones. Anyway, everyone likes a good pair of panties. Anyway, and so we're really excited to be here. And actually our days are just seem to be getting better and better and better. First was kind of rough, but actually now I have fun. Nothing better than a drink, a place to stay, and to feel safe.